Hi Pisces, I hope you guys are doing fantastic. I'm going to be pulling general messages for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the first 2 weeks in November. To get your messages, I'm going to be using first the Tarot de la Nuit. I'm going to show you guys the box because a lot of you guys ask me about my cards and I always forget. So that's the Tarot de la Nuit. And then I'm going to be pulling your qualifiers here from the Arcanum deck, which is really beautiful. Arcanum, I think it's called. So let me move these over here. I'm going to pull Celtic cross spread to get some general messages first. We'll qualify as we go along. I'm going to be pulling your crowning. I already did pre-shuffle. I'm going to be pulling your crowning from the bottom of this deck, something a little different. Okay. And then once we do the Celtic cross spread with qualifiers, I'm just going to do a love spread for you guys, okay? So let's see what we have here. I'm not used to doing that in the reverse. 7 of Cups, okay. So this is you just not having all the information, Pisces. There's something that's going on in your life where you feel like you don't have all the information. That is the 7 of Cups energy. 5 of the Cups are very positive. One is higher consciousness, one is wisdom, one is spiritual guidance, one is ultimate utopia, and one is resources, right? So that's 5. Those 2 that we don't know about, that typically have the skull and then the baby dragon, those aren't necessarily bad. We just don't know. There's something you don't have all the information on right now. And we are in Mercury retrograde, so communication is going to seem a little weird right now. But let's pull your spread and get to what's happening right now. So this first is where you're at right now. 4 of Pentacles reverse. What's crossing you is the 10 of Wands. Okay, Pisces, what's happening? Okay, let's talk about this. Crowning you is the 10 of Cups. Beautiful. Foundation, 6 of Cups reverse. Okay, so you're missing somebody. In your past is the Judgment. In the future, we have Temperance, which is trying to make something work. This is you, the 8 of Wands right now. External situation to you, Queen of Swords. Your fear is the 6 of Pentacles reverse. And your outcome is the Lovers reverse. Okay. All right, so, I feel like I do want to just say this is a general read. As far as your career goes, guys, I do just want to say as far as the astrology goes, we do have the Taurus full moon November 12th that's going to be impacting communications, you know, within this first 2 weeks. That's going to be happening on the 12th. And on the 13th, we have a Mercury Neptune trine. So that's a great day for you, for your career, right? But I don't get a lot of career vibes in this spread. So I'm going to be referencing what's going to be happening for you in your love space. So I do want to mention on the 1st to the 25th, we do have Venus in Sagittarius. And this is you, this is happening in your 10th house. So your wheels are going to very much be spinning during this time, before we even get into this, where you're really dreaming up plans for the long haul, the big picture, right? Those of you who are coupled and in a relationship, you might be craving some more structure or a different kind of structure and commitment from your partner than you're getting right now. And for those of you who are not partnered, if you're single, definitely take advantage of some work events during this time, because you can end up meeting somebody really cool, really special, somebody that you might want to spend time with there. And then on the 5th, we have Mars-Pluto square. Watch out during this energy for that like compare and despair kind of energy syndrome, you know, where you're holding your relationship status up to others. So if you're not happy, don't complain about it. Just think about the things that you do have control over in your relationship and then take action on that. You know, and if you do find yourself feeling a little jealous of somebody else's situation, let that inspire you instead of it hindering you and making you feel bad about where you and your partner are at, okay? And then on the 14th, the last thing I want to mention, the 14th, we do have Venus-Neptune square. So you might be suddenly unsure of where a relationship is going or what you even want out of it, you know? Like, but definitely take some pressure off yourself here. Just live in the now. Just live in the moment. Let yourself feel emotions in a good way and just get back on track. Don't try to figure every little thing out for the future. You know, stop looking at your person under an incredibly magnificent microscope, because you're always going to find flaws, right, when you do that. I'm not saying that you are now, but the energy on the 14th does push, because it's that Neptune, Venus and Neptune square. That's an uncomfortable energy. You know, it just is. So I just kind of wanted to lay that out there before we got into all of this. So where are you at right now? What's your situation? Your situation, okay, is the Four of Pentacles. So, and it's reverse. Pisces, this tells me that there's a couple of things, okay? This tells me that you're very much in your headspace, and you're very much thinking about, there's almost an unhealthy obsession here about money, resources, or connection to someone or something. Okay. Now, please don't take that. I have to tell you what I'm getting. Okay. In the upright, it's recognition that you have everything that you need. Maybe you're a little bored, but you know what? You have what you need. You have what you need, right? In the reverse, this is telling me that you feel you don't have what you need, but it's not a real lack energy. This is more emotional in your mind. This is you feeling lack. There's like a greedy, almost miserly energy about this. Now, this could have to do with actual resources, where you're in a space where you're letting resources drive all of your decisions across the board, which is really not working well for you. Or you can be in a situation where the issue of support is a big problem for you right now. So now this could be you not being willing to be supportive of somebody, or somebody not being willing to be supportive of you. This could certainly be some sort of situation where you guys are not in contact right now. Someone went no contact with somebody, but I feel like there's something here where there is a lack of support. Maybe you didn't feel like you were getting the kind of support that you needed in the relationship, or they felt like that, but that's the situation right now, right? And then we have the Ten of Wands, right? And the Ten of Wands is just like, I can't take it anymore. Like, look, her dress is on fire. You know, I mean, this is just like, I don't want to carry this load anymore, this mental load, this emotional load. It's too much. I can't keep having to worry about all of these different things. I need to worry about like one thing at a time, and it's just too overwhelming. This is the card of the multitasker as well. So, you know, typical is like, you know, I'm just going to throw this as an example, is like, you know, somebody who is a mom who also works, who has kids at home, who has all these domestic responsibilities and career responsibilities, and they're having relationship issues, and they're, you know, and the end, right? Or it could just be somebody who's, you know, really working a lot of hours, and they actually don't even have the mental space to deal with their issues within their relationship or within the rest of their life. That could be for a bunch of you. But for many of you, this is simply like, crossing you is the idea that whatever you're dealing with, this could certainly be a job, it could certainly be a relationship, is too demanding on you. What they want is not reasonable enough is not reasonable for you within the confines of your life right now, and you can't take the pressure, and you just need to put the damn wands down and walk away. Right? You just can't take the pressure. It's too much pressure. It's too much pressure. Even if what this person or situation is asking of you isn't even that much, it's just too much for you right now because you have all of these other things going on, right? But you do have the Ten of Cups crowning you. So the Ten of Cups is, I mean, I love this because this is crowning this energy, which means that this energy is inflected throughout the energy. So I am getting, Pisces, that you still very much care for someone. You still very much care to be part of a job. You still very much care to be part of a group. Your heart is there, right? I mean, this is crowning the reading. Ten of Cups is not a quick energy. You don't have a Ten of Cups energy with somebody who you just met. You just don't. And anyway, by the way, just because we have Mercury going retrograde, I mean, it went in retrograde on the 31st, which many of you probably know. Everyone's talking about it on YouTube, so I don't want to spend too much time on it. But it is going to be going direct around November 20th, but it's still going to be in shadow into December. So just try, if you do meet somebody, try to like keep it a little like loosey-goosey until the end of the month, and then talk about committing. That's the only little caveat that I wanted to mention. But anyway, this Ten of Cups energy has been building over time. right? I mean, in the typical Rider-Waite, it's the rainbow and the 10 cups, right, up in the rainbow. And each one of those cups has been put up there because of situations that, you know, you had to go through with this person, a situation over time. And I do get, and that's entirely positive. Now, in the foundation, you are missing someone very much. Six of Cups energy is the energy of nostalgia. It's about reconnection. The downside of the Six of Cups reverse energy, though, is that often when we reflect on something from our past, we're looking at it through rose-colored glasses, the situation, and we're making it way more positive than it should have been. So for some of you, I am getting that maybe you're out of a situation and maybe you were thinking about returning to an ex from like longer ago, and you were trying to validate the situation as something viable for you. And I do get that you are putting way more of a positive spin on it than you should. I have to go back to the Seven of Cups energy, Pisces. I feel like you're in a very confusing space in your life right now. I feel like you're trying to figure everything out all at once. And because we're in Mercury retrograde and because of so many of these transits we have going on, you're not able to really cultivate one like solid picture of what's happening with a person, a situation, or even where your life is going. I get this image, I'm seeing this image of you like, you're sort of like 2 feet above the ground, where you're not terribly far away from the ground, but you're far enough away where you're not fully grounded, but you're very much trying to get grounded. And I feel like you're really kind of grabbing at things internally, externally from you to try to make yourself feel better, okay? Now, in your past, we have the Judgment here. So the Judgment tells me, Pisces, that that you are evaluating, assessing not only your own actions, but the actions of someone that you're dealing with, or a job, a boss, you know, their methodologies, or how someone was carrying themselves within a relationship against how you see yourself. And now this could be a problem, only because it's very hard to hold someone up, measure somebody up to a level that we think is right for them, because everyone is on their own journey and on their own path, and we really actually don't have the right to do that. So but I do get that you were in a space of honestly believing that you did nothing wrong in this situation, and that it's the other person or the other end of whatever situation you're coming to this reading about, that because typically when we get it in the upright, it's you've assessed your part in it and you're totally cool with it, right? And you are in a space of just being like really accepting about like, you know, who you are and what your deal is, which is fine, you know, which is great. But I do get that you very much believe that I am getting, only because of Temperance here in the future, you did not feel that way about the other person, because Temperance is an alchemical card. I love this, by the way, for your near future. This is a very positive card because this is about compromise. Because Temperance, when I say the alchemical card, if you're not totally sure exactly what that means, think about like a scientist, right, taking 2 beakers of something, right, and then putting one beaker full of liquid, and then the other, and then all of a sudden this third thing is created, right? So it's the same thing with the Temperance card. This is what's necessary. Temperance is about fairness, but it's not like justice fairness. It's about, okay, what do you need? What do I need? And what does the relationship need? Are all of those things being met by everybody involved here? And what I mean by that is every person in a relationship has a need, right? You have a need, your partner has a need. I don't care how close you guys are, your needs aren't going to be exactly the same. You should be autonomous. You should be your own individuals within the relationship, right? So, and if you're not, maybe that's part of you guys finding that, tempering that down a little bit. But that being said, it's this understanding that, you know, you don't know everything. They certainly don't know everything. They haven't done everything right, but maybe you haven't done everything right either. And it's this sitting down and coming coming to the realization that even though you were judging yourself in a beautiful way, which is great and beautiful, you don't want to not acknowledge the beauty and the positiveness in somebody else. Now, I do want to say this, that I know a lot of you who watch my channel have had very negative experiences with a number of Pisces. And I know you cross-watch, and I respect that, and I understand it. I 100% understand all of that. If this is not resonating with you though on that level, then this is not your reading, because I am not getting a narcissistic vibe here. I'm not getting that for you. Now, this may very well be a boss who you're dealing with, or a family member, or a friend, okay? Someone who did you dirty in your mind, and you know you did nothing wrong, and you were not okay with it. You were not okay with it. Because something happened for there to be this Ten of Wands energy and you to be missing them. So there had to be some sort of ending in some area of your life. But there's this meeting of the minds here in the near future. Now, as far as where you are now, we do have this Eight of Wands energy. So the Eight of Wands is all about understanding that you've been through so much in your life, Pisces. You just have. You've been through the battles. You have the scars to prove it. You have the receipts and all of that. But you know the battle's not totally done yet. But you have the gumption within you to deal with it. Because this is upright. And this is like, you know what? I know this is not easy, but I got to do it. I have to do it, because if I don't do it, I'm going to be sorry if I don't. And I kind of really like that for you. Now, it's an external influence. We have the Queen of Swords, which is beautiful. I really like the Queen of Swords because she understands. Now, this is because it's a court card, by the way. This could be a number of people. Actually, it can't be you though, because it is an external situation. But this is somebody coming in with the right words, the right framework for what needs to happen moving forward, coming in with the truth. There's such a sensibility about this energy that I really like. And she just knows what's up. Look, I mean, she's totally confident, you know, and I like this as an external energy for you, because you're going to be feeling this need to have things framed for you, only because I get this very confused vibe from you. I do. You might not realize, I think, how confused you are until you sit down and actually really think about it. Now, as far as your fears go, we have the Six of Pentacles, which is telling me, Pisces, I don't know, like I feel like a lot of you are afraid of not having enough resources. Something to do with money or resources. You know, because Pentacles can also be how we do connection and how we support each other. It could be a little bit of both, but I do feel that this has something to do with resources for you guys, something to do with money. Now, obviously, this is not going to resonate with all of you. It depends what else you have in your chart, right? So if you have a lot of earth energy in your chart, if you have like Capricorn or Taurus, this may end up resonating a little bit more with you. But I do feel like that for those of you who have earth in your chart, I feel like a lot of you are just very concerned about money. If you guys have more air in your chart, I feel like you're more concerned about the connection, right? The actual connection, that it's not going to be there for you, right? Because the Six of Pentacles reverse is about having this sensibility of lack, but it's in your mind. It's not even in reality. But this is your fear in your mind, right? But then in the outcome, we have the Lovers reverse. And the Lovers reverse, what this tells me is that this is the shadow side of your personalities coming out, and you guys not being able straight away to make a decision about how you're going to move forward in your life together. But I don't feel like it's over. I just feel like there's really bad communication. I just feel like there's really bad communication here. All right, let me pull a couple. I'm just going to pull from the Denali for that. And then for the Lovers, I'm just going to do the Arcanum. Let me see. Knight of Cups. Oh, come on. It's... Okay. All right. You know what? I love this. It's qualifiers. Okay. So you look. Your shadow side of your personalities are going to come out. You guys are going to have an argument. There's an argument here, Pisces. I don't know if it's with your intimate other, because the Lovers could also be anyone who is like a kindred spirit to you. So this could be a family member, this could be a good friend, this could be a colleague, this could be a boss, really. You know, anybody you spend a lot of time with. It doesn't have to be your intimate other. It doesn't have to be that. But yeah, you guys are going to be having the argument because you're not going to be able to see eye to eye in everything. But the Knight of Cups is both of you getting to a space where you realize, you know what? If we really want this to happen, we have to actually sit down and have conversation, because the Knight of Cups is about, we need to communicate and we need to respect each other's boundaries. I really mean it. I want to work this out. That's what it is. It's coming in a little scared because remember, what do knights wear? I mean, she's not wearing it here, right? But knights usually wear armor, right? To protect themselves, right? So then we have the Sun reverse, which is still entirely positive. The only deal with the Sun reverse, so positive, it just might be a little delay. You guys have to work through some stuff. And so what? We're a Mercury retrograde anyway, so I do really like that. Whatever this situation is, whether it's a friend, whether it's with a family member, whether an intimate other, it doesn't matter. I get a completely positive outcome from that. I just do. But you need more information, or you need to give more information, because this could also be you holding back information from somebody, Pisces. You know, you could be holding something back. You want to be careful not to do that, because that's not going to ultimately end up serving you. So let's cut this deck. Let's do a Lovers. Let's pull some cards. Past, present. Past, present, fear, outcome. All right, so you were in a space of just coming in and, you know, you guys really wanted to work things out, right? I mean, in the past, there was this definitive game plan that you guys had, right? You had this game plan, okay? And you're in a space, Pisces, of being really willing to support a situation, to be supportive of somebody. Your resources are good. You want to help somebody out. I get that that's where you are right now. Like, you were in a good space with your resources, but maybe you were feeling like the person was going to be too much of a drain on your resources, and that was what I was getting in the first spread. But this is where you are right now. And your fear, of course, is the Five of Swords. It's conflict. You're afraid of that. This is your fear. But the outcome is you moving on to a different place, a place that you feel is better for you. But I don't feel like you're 100% sure if this is what you want to do, because there's not clarity. Because the Six of Swords energy, like, you're forced into this space because of circumstances. But now the question you have to ask yourself is, what were the circumstances? You know, what were the circumstances? Okay, so I get that you were in a space of really trying to figure out where you were going in your life, right? The Three of Wands is all about, all right, what is on my horizon, and really being with this person and trying to figure this out, right? And you really saw victory. Pisces, you really saw such a victory here. You really, really did. I mean, I see that. All right, you have the Six of Swords. I feel like this is more mental. I feel like you checked out right now. I feel like you're going to start thinking about the big picture of your life. And I feel like that you're either going to be circling back to someone, or they're going to be circling back to you. And I don't mean that as an unhealthy thing. I mean that as you guys had words. There was a lot of misunderstanding, bad communication, things were held back, lying through omission, we could even say that, right? But the Six of Wands is about victory, and it's about respect, and it's about a motivation to move forward, and this is in your outcome. Yes, I mean, we have the Nine of Wands. Yeah, man, I've been through a lot, but I want to go into this next cycle, and I want you to come into this next phase with me. I'm willing to do the work. If you feel like that person is not willing to do the work with you, then stay on this damn boat and don't come back. Keep going. But for those of you who feel like you're with somebody where it was just really bad communication, and you guys just need to get on the same page, but the will is there. Oh my God, Pisces, you are so trapped in your head right now. You don't know all the energy, all of the information right now, and it's really bugging you out. This is the card of anxiety and upright. This is like active, keeping you up, or at least really getting in your head like during the day. Because this is the card of self-imprisonment. So this is you trying to ruminate. But the thing is this, I do have to say this. I feel like you're pressing the replay button about a person or a situation when you just simply don't have all the facts right now. So I just feel like this is being made harder than it needs to be right now. Yeah, I just feel like that. The Seven of Swords, the thing is, Pisces, I don't feel like you're being honest with yourself, or you're afraid someone else isn't going to be honest with you, but I have to tell you what I'm getting. I do feel like you are not even being, I don't feel like you're being 100% honest with yourself about a situation, Pisces. I just feel that very strongly. Don't beat yourself up. We all do that sometimes. Yeah. And then we have the Queen of Wands, which is all about knowing exactly what needs to be done to move this thing forward. This is like Queen, like, let's get it done. Let's get it moving. This is what has to be done, and this is where we need to go. This is a very specific energy, the Queen of Wands, okay? The Queen of Wands is very laser focused in her approach, understanding exactly what needs to be done in the practical in order to make things roll out. But at the same time, she's not willing to not look at the scars and the issues that brought you guys to this place. This is not gender specific whatsoever. Now, this could be you putting this upon the person that you're with, or them putting it upon you. And I hate to say put upon, actually sounds negative. This is a positive thing, where it's like, we need to figure this out. You know, we need to figure it out. And then we have the Emperor. We have the Emperor. I mean, to have the Queen of Wands and the Emperor, I mean, you guys are going to be figuring it out, but you have to have the conversations. The Emperor is a very strong energy. This is at the bottom of it all. Do you know what's really good about the Emperor? He's a leader. And what's necessary for strong leadership is the ability to not only be adaptable, but to compromise. You cannot be a good leader if you don't know how to compromise. So you're in a space eventually with someone in this outcome where you're going to be able to have a meeting of the minds. It's going to be a very uncomfortable conversation, but I do feel like you are going to end up getting more energy that you need, more information that you need. Let me just pull a couple of cards here for the Seven of Cups. The Empress. Yeah, the Seven of Cups. Yeah, I mean, this is the Empress reverse. Is you're just being scared that you're not going to be able to grow something with this person. Yeah. And then we have the Nine of Wands, which is you having anxiety. I mean, that is like what is crowning you right now. So you're having a lot of anxiety. We figured that out already. All right. We figured that out. Yeah. Okay. Let's pull some yes/no cards. Will Pisces have the outcome that they are looking for with this person within this cycle? Spirit, I'm not honoring reversals. The yes/no. Okay. Good. All right. Yeah, you're making it happen, man. You get the Magician card. You're just thinking about everything. You have the button pressed on pause for a minute, which is totally normal because it's Mercury retrograde. Lots of things could be going on to encourage you maintaining this Hangman energy, but I dig it because it's about you, again, pressing the pause button, looking at everything and figuring out your next move. The Magician is all about making it happen. And then you have the Queen of Pentacles, which is basically the Queen of support. You know, this is somebody who understands how to be autonomous. They understand the value of resources. They understand the value of connection. They understand the value of doing relationship the right way. This is entirely positive, but I feel like, Pisces, it's going to be, first of all, quite a road to get there, number one. Number two, you have free will. The energy supports this. If you don't want to take advantage of it, you have free will. You don't have to engage in anything that I say or any tarot reader says ever, right? We have free will. This is a general reading. I don't know who you were with, but if you were with a narcissist, run the other way, my friend, you know? But if you know you were with a pretty good person, you know, and they're solid and they have feelings for you, energy totally supports you guys working it out by the end of this period. So Pisces, that is what I have for you. Until next time, you guys take care. Bye-bye.